everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Buck. I've been cooking dog food for the last couple of years. Along the way, I've learned a lot. The only regret I have is I wish I did it sooner. I've been getting a lot of questions on cost. Many of you have said that homemade dog food is more expensive than bagged kibble. And you're right. But if you weigh the long-term benefits, it's actually going to save you money. Fewer allergies, less vet visits, more energy. For us, it's been a game changer. A pro tip right out of the gate, buy and grind your own protein. In this case, chicken. All I'll say is I used to spend less and have more problem. Now she's healthier and better than ever. Is it worth it? I think so, but only you can decide. Let me show you exactly how I do it. And if you stay to the end, I'll give you a complete cost breakdown of everything here today. The Instapot. It's a big investment, yes. It saves time, it makes my life easier. I do recommend it, but if you don't have an Instapot, you could cook it right on the stove in a general normal pot. So let's start with the veggies. I've got about 3 pounds of sweet potatoes that I will put in the pot, along with 1 pound of carrots. A bag of spinach, a bag of peas, and a bag of green beans. All right, that's all that I'm going to put in the pot this time around. I'm going to add a couple cups of water. Add it to the Instapot. Put on the lid and pressure cook it for about 20 minutes is what I find is the perfect amount for the potatoes and the carrots to make them soft. Chicken in bulk. Cheaper than buying it already ground up. You can use any protein you like. I've had many questions. Chicken, ground turkey, ground beef, whatever your preference is, whatever your dog likes. Sometimes I do ground chicken. Sometimes I do ground turkey. But if you grind it yourself, you'll pay less per pound and you'll get more for your buck. The KitchenAid mixture is awesome. It comes with so many different attachments. And one of the attachments is the grinder, the meat grinder. You can get these on Amazon for very little cost. If you don't have a KitchenAid mixer or a grinder of any kind, you can cut the meat up with a knife. Just make it small enough that it's manageable for the dog to eat, really. So you take this and you turn it into this. It doesn't take that long and it's so much easier and cheaper in the long run. It's money saving right here. Oh, woo, hot. So once the vegetables are done, all right, you can see how these mash up really easy. I like to mash them up inside here a little bit, just a little bit. While they're still hot. All right. So once you've got everything nice and mushed up, as I cook everything, I add it to this big 5-gallon pail. Food safe. You make sure that the pail is food safe. And as I cook it, I add it to the pot. So I cook the vegetables, and the next thing we're going to do is cook the chicken, and then put everything into the pot and mix it all together. So we have to get this into that and just pick it up and pour it in the pot. And now we're ready for the ground chicken. All right, everything right on it. You will want to add water to this because it will stick to the pot if you don't. So I add a couple cups of water, drop the top on, and the ground chicken does not have to cook fully. If it is a little raw, it's actually pretty good for the dog. So with the chicken, I put it on pressure cook. But I drop it to only about 5 minutes. It'll build up pressure, it'll cook for 5 minutes, and I find that that's just good enough. Not quite overcooked, little raw, perfect. And in the meantime, let's add some more ingredients. I already cooked up some white rice. This is a couple cups of white rice. If you haven't seen my last video on your grains and how to cook rice, go check out that video. There's a lot of good information on the benefits of rice, the best rice, and so forth like that. But this time around I made rice, and we're going to add that right in there. A bag of blueberries, a can of pumpkin puree. Little trick, if you pop the bottom and give it a twist, it'll slide right out on you. Boop, just like that. All right, just a little trick of getting it completely out clean. Full recipe will be below in the description, and if you go look at some of the other videos, you'll see measurements and everything. I've done this recipe a few times. I like to add a couple of eggs. The shell adds calcium, the yolks add healthy fats, so we just crack a couple of these in here, shell and all. A little olive oil is very healthy, very good for your dog. So I put about a 1/4 cup into the mixture. Turmeric, very good for the dog. So we put a little bit, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. Doesn't have to be a lot. And the word on the street is black pepper will activate the turmeric. So I put a little bit of black pepper in there. And then we just stir it up. And as you can see, that's the consistency. And we're still waiting on the ground chicken to cook. Once that's done, we'll add it to it and we'll complete the mixture. And then we'll go over the price breakdown of what it costs to feed your dog a healthy homemade dog food. All right. After a few minutes, steam. So we'll scoop out the chicken and we'll drop it right into the 5-gallon pail. And then you just mix it up. Break up the chicken, match it in with the rest of the ingredients. Okay. All right. And as you can see, this is about half full, so this is a lot of food. So after it cools a little bit, we'll sort it out into some containers, and then we can put some in the freezer, we can put some in the refrigerator, and it's going to be dinner time in a little bit, so as soon as it cools, I'm going to feed it to Sable, and you're going to see her enjoy it. And she's already over here waiting for it. She can't wait. So, as you can see, when everything is nice and cool, I package them up in these Tupperwares. I put one of them in the refrigerator, lasts a couple days, and the rest of them go in the freezer, and I take them out as we needed. And if you're curious, there is nothing in here that I wouldn't eat. So I know it's good for her. Are you okay? Oh, you're jealous. So 1 cup in the morning and 1 cup in the evening. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, baby? All right. And as you can see, she absolutely loves it. So it might take a little effort, and it might cost a little bit more. But in the end, isn't it worth it? Look at her. She's happy, and she loves it. And that's what really matters, isn't it? If you love your dog, you'll treat them right. Okay, so as promised, let's break down what it actually costs to make all this food. All right, so in my past videos, you would have seen that I actually bought the ground turkey in the tubes, and each one of those tubes is about $11 to $12. Sometimes it's on sale, but let's just say about $12. They're 3 pounds each, so there's $24 for 6 pounds of ground turkey. Now today, I bought chicken breast for about $2.60 a pound, and it was 5 pounds for about the same price, $12. So I'm gaining 2 pounds of beef, and I bought 2 packages So for the same amount of money, $24, I got 4 extra pounds of protein, which is a huge savings. And then I ground it myself, which is also another processing savings. As far as the vegetables go, each one of those bags is like $1.98. The bag of sweet potatoes, they're around $3 for a 3-pound bag. The can of pumpkin puree, couple dollars, 2 and change. The bag of frozen blueberries are a little bit expensive. They're about 3 and change. And then the rice. You buy rice, it's really cheap. I don't even know what it is a pound, but you buy a little bag of, 1-pound bag of rice, and it's a couple dollars. It's not a lot of money. But I spend a total of maybe $45 for all of this food today, and it lasts almost 2 weeks, which breaks down to about $3 a day. That's not really a lot when you think about it. $3 a day. You spend more on your lunch every day when you go to the office. You spend more on coffee every morning when you're going into the office. So $3 a day is really not a lot when you account for the health benefits. So to me, it's well worth it. It's not that expensive when you look at it like that. Yeah, you could spend $75 or less on a bag of kibble that might last you all month, but you're not doing your dog any favors. They're going to be sick. They're going to have to go to the vet more often. You're going to have to give them different medications to keep them healthier, and you're just not going to get the same amount of benefit. So cooking at home dog food is super beneficial. I've seen the results in the last 2 years with my dog Sable, and she loves the food. I swear and stand by it. And yes, it's a little bit more expensive. It's a little bit of work, but it's worth it in the long run. I'm Buck. This is my channel. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comment below. Hey baby, are you hungry? Huh? If you have any questions, comment below. I've made a few other videos. If you go look back, I've answered a lot of questions on the benefits of rice. I'll go into more detail about the ingredients and how to do this. But if you just want to comment below and ask whatever question you have, I'll do my best to answer it for you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!